Not too long ago, Bluetooth headphones with active noise cancellation used to cost an absolute bombshell, let alone those that actually had the LDAC codec. Now Edifier, the sponsors of today's video, are actually trying to change that with the W820NB Plus. Now these wireless headphones can be found for just £80 in the UK or $80 in the US. So in this video I'll be giving you everything you need to know about them and including going through some of the key features. So to kick off this video, I do want to talk about connectivity, and indeed despite their affordable price tag, these headphones do sport the highest quality LDAC codec, and therefore anyone running Android Oreo or Android 8 or above will be actually able to benefit from LDAC straight from their Android smartphone. Of course, you can get a Bluetooth dongle if your device doesn't support it, so therefore useful for those people who are, for example, on Mac OS or if you have a desktop computer. Now the fallback codec is the SBC codec, therefore giving you good sort of compatibility across the range. Now past this, when it came to Bluetooth range, I had no sort of problems by walking roughly 10 to 15 meters away from my device, at least in my apartment, and also I had no problems when it came to lip sync delay. Speaking of which here, Edifier do actually include a low latency mode that you can enable directly from the headphones or via the app, which I'll be touching upon very shortly. This supposedly gives you a 0.08 seconds of total latency, making it absolutely ideal for hardcore gamers. Now aside from its impressive Bluetooth capabilities, it doesn't actually stop there, because you can actually plug these headphones in. See here, with my desktop computer running Windows 10, I was able to just simply plug and play. Therefore meaning Windows immediately picked up these headphones and I was able to use them as not only a set of headphones, but also as a headset. So yes indeed, if I was to jump on a call on any sort of desktop app, I would be able to via the headphones, which is very impressive. Now you will also be curious to know that you can plug these headphones in directly into a smartphone as well. In this respect, I've got an Honor Magic 4 Pro, and while using a small little USB Type-C to Type-A adapter and using the bundled Type-C to Type-A cable that came within the box, I was actually able to play back audio directly via a wired connection on these headphones. Yet again showing great sort of versatility. Now the only sort of pointer that I would like to mention over here is that when you do plug them in, be it in terms of charging them or indeed if you're going to be using them, they'll automatically disable the Bluetooth connection, even if you were previously paired. Not really much of an issue, but just something worth considering. Now on that note, the headphones have got a ridiculous 49-hour claimed playback time. That is, of course, if you were to disable active noise cancellation and run on the SBC codec only. This figure does drop if you were to run the LDAC codec. Speaking of which, if you were to re-enable ANC while still using the SBC codec, this figure drops to roughly 33 hours. Still, this is plenty of playback time, and given the fact that the USB Type-C port does allow quick charging, it means that with a short 10-minute blast of charge, you can get a whopping 9 hours of playback. Speaking of which, this does actually lead me on to sound quality, and here you'll be pleased to know that the headphones have got a high-res audio and a high-res audio wireless certification. Better still, the headphones have got a frequency response of 20Hz up to 40kHz, which is way past the human hearing range. Nonetheless, the headphones have got 40mm dynamic drivers with titanium coated composite diaphragms, and therefore alongside with the LDAC codec, they do actually give you a pretty lively sound signature, and therefore will excite you throughout the sound frequency range. Now you can also personalize it to a certain degree via the preset EQs, which I'll touch upon very shortly, and they can be found via the Edifier Connect app. Now past this, I should talk about active noise cancellation, and indeed these headphones do have it. They have a claimed 43 decibels of reduction, therefore allowing you to concentrate on your music rather than the environment around you. But of course, if you do not want this, you can disable ANC, or better still, you can actually enable an ambient sound mode, allowing you to hear your surroundings a little bit better. Great for crossing the road, or if you simply want to have a quick conversation with someone on the street, or indeed in a shop. So what about when it comes to call quality? Well, everything you can hear right now is coming directly from the Edifier headphones while connected over Bluetooth to my smartphone. Now, the headphones use a deep neural network noise cancellation technology in order to give you the best sort of experience.
Now for me to demonstrate this, I'm going to be facing my bookshelf speakers and playing back a track. It's from Priya J. It's titled Like Me, and I'm going to be speaking while the vocals are playing through my bookshelf speakers. Now the reason I'm doing this is to give you somewhat of a test as to how the headphones would perform if you're in, let's say, a busy cafeteria, and including when I go quiet. So hopefully that little demo gives you a bit of a taster as to how the headphones would perform in a somewhat real scenario. Now better still, as I did mention before, the Edifier headphones can be plugged in, and indeed I've got them plugged in via the provided USB Type-C to Type-A cable. In this respect, they're connected over to my desktop computer, and then I'm using NVIDIA Shadowplay to record the call quality. So yes, indeed, everything you can hear right now is coming directly from the Edifier headphones while using their wired connection. And via my Windows recording settings, I noted 16-bit 48 Hz. So that's certainly impressive as it adds to the overall versatility. And hopefully this little demo will give you a comparison between how it sounds over Bluetooth and also how it performs over a wired connection.
So moving swiftly on, we get onto the Edifier Connect app, and through the main screen you can see the headphones with the battery indicator and also play back some soothing sounds. If you have your own music playing, you'll be able to see it at the bottom and you can play and pause it. Now through the main menu you can see the noise cancellation off and on modes, and you can also toggle ambient sound where you can even toggle through the different levels, which is quite handy in certain scenarios. In my case I much prefer using noise cancellation. Now swiping through, you have got the 4 preset EQs. In my case I actually much prefer using the rock mode EQ, but of course if you want a bit more of a reference sound you might want to go on the default classic EQ, but that is all very subjective. Now swiping once more, you'll go on to the game mode where you can enable and disable said mode. In my case, as I did mention before, I had no problems running YouTube videos and having the game mode disabled, but if you're a hardcore gamer it might be worth including. Now, I'd like to draw your attention to the top left hand side over here, and no matter what screen you go on, you can see that there's the high res audio wireless tab. Now in this respect, this logo is only on when you go on the LDAC mode and enable the higher sampling rate. If you were to downscale or indeed go to the SBC codec, thus disabling LDAC, that little logo will actually be grayed out. Now on this settings menu, you can also control what you can actually see, in other words via the noise cancellation, and this is when you are enabling the button via the headphones themselves. You can also adjust the prompt volume, you can actually shut down the headphones remotely via the app, and also you can enable or disable a shutdown timer, which can be handy in certain scenarios. Elsewhere, you've got the Bluetooth settings where you can disconnect the Bluetooth or repair, and finally perform a full factory reset. So moving past the app, I would like to quickly touch upon its design, and here it's available in a few different colour finishes, the black one being pictured. Now the headphones weigh in at just 221 grams, making them actually pretty lightweight. They've got a plastic construction with an adjustable headband. The cups themselves can also be rotated, making them quite handy if you're going to be storing them, or of course if you've got a different sort of head shape. In my case, the clamp force wasn't too bad, and therefore meant that I could use them while walking about, or indeed while sat in my seat. Better still, the cushiony soft ear pads caused no sort of discomfort even if I was wearing glasses. There's also some padding at the top of the headband. Now aside from this, if you do want to interact with the headphones, you'll be pleased to know there's a few physical buttons found on the right cup. Now here you can go play and pause, go previous or next, and indeed also increase or decrease the volume. The M button also allows you to toggle through the different active noise cancellation modes that I touched upon before, and also allows you to double press it in order to toggle on or off low latency mode. Of course, when you're on a call, you can also answer, receive, or indeed reject a call by using a variety of different commands. Now better still, these commands can also be done via a wired and wireless connection, therefore not being limited over Bluetooth. Indeed, via my smartphone or even via my Windows computer, I was able to interact with my media by using the physical buttons. So there we have it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this detailed overview of the Edifier W820NB Plus. Now I'll be curious to know what you make of the headphones down in the comment section below, and of course if you've liked this detailed video, definitely do consider dropping a like, subscribing and hitting that bell notification, all of which would be greatly appreciated. As such, I've been Totally Dubbed, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.